Yo, welcome. So, you can see me in my amazing home outfit, and hopefully, we're soon coming back to the office. And that's great news because finally we could deliver much more. So, today I would like to announce a few things. So, there is another maintainer for the core. His name is Yegor, and he will take care of the extensions and upcoming innovations in ScandiPWA. So he will be the force behind the ScandiPWA evolution in terms of new features. Of course, I will help him with that by doing code reviews and helping with architecture. But while he will be doing this, what ScandiPWA team or me and some additional people will focus on is to deliver the best stability possible. Because as we can see today, it looks like we have established enough features which pretty much covers the whole user journey of Magento 2. So what we are now planning to do is to make sure that all of those features are working, and possibly we need to automate the testing for it. So what we will do now is we will stop in terms of development, at least I as a maintainer will stop and will try to make ScandiPWA more stable and more reliable. And my colleague, the Yegor, he will take care of everything else. And he will be also soon joining the community, so you will get known to him and you will be able to ask him multiple stuff about upcoming extensions and expect the documentation on them to appear before release so you can get your hands dirty. And I feel like the 3x version will release in beta first because we will work hard to make the underlying version, the 2x version, very, very stable before switching to a new version, because we don't want extensions to depend on something which is unstable or looks unstable. And I don't know how much will this period last, but at least for now, this is a new change. And I'm pretty happy we're doing this because finally, I will be able to finally it will happen, and a lot of small issues which were coming with us for a long period of time will be resolved, and that should make everyone happy. Additional information about the innovations and 3x release is that I already reworked the base repository, which means that there are much less junk there. Nothing is there are no duplicate files, everything else, it's very clean, and we will release the support for Mac. So I'm currently recording from my amazing MacBook Pro with a key which always falls out. You want to see it? I will show it to you, no problem. Here, this is my amazing command key. This is how I work. So yeah, the support for Mac is out here, the Mutagen. It works like a charm. I encourage everyone trying, but before you do it, please pull the latest images. Yeah. So what else is going on? Well, the ESLint has been just updated, and from the 3x version, and possibly we'll also bring it to 2x version. The ESLint rules will be much more stricter in terms of ScandiPWA architecture dash infrastructure. We will prevent multiple things from happening, and you will see later. You will see a little bit later how it will play out, but eventually you won't be able to break the most common, the most important practices of ScandiPWA. And I will also, while doing code reviews for multiple projects, I will make sure that those common issues with a logic or the code will not be left just in these code reviews, and we'll try to make sure that our ESLint is as broad as possible and can cover any code review. So you will be doing code review just to make sure that the logic is right, not to make sure that the styles or the code style is correct. We're really focusing on that. Um, Next thing is the VSCode extension. Uh, very important part, which now looks like works and is not as reliable as we would want it to be. So I'm glad to announce there is a team member, or the Yegor exactly, who is happy to help in improving this tool, and he will use the AST in order to make the parsing much more efficient. Instead of copying the lines and regexing the elements, we'll finally be parsing through the code like a normal JavaScript parser would. Yeah, so counting all that, which means that you will soon get an upgraded version of the VS Code extension, and you should be very happy. At least I am, because I hate to write stuff with my hands, and I prefer to use the automation tools like the VS Code extension, which we hope soon release. What else do we have here? Well, let me see my little plan list, which I have recently scribed. Um, yeah, sure. So. Oh yes. The last thing I believe is that there are many packages of ScandiPWA will be moved out of repositories, and potentially we will go for a monorepository. Not for backend stuff, because we still want to keep them composer installable and separate, but at least for the base theme, I feel like now we will go for moving the fallback plugins, the middleware functions, and whatever we currently have built into a separate folder called packages, whatever, and storing the source code there, so we can always upgrade it and release with a new version of ScandiPWA. So just keep the code in one place. It will be much easier to upgrade. We currently have like 20, 30 repositories, which is really hard to manage and maintain. And that's possibly a multi-repository issue. From the beginning, we thought it would be easier, and it turns out not as easy as it is now. So I could handle that part as well later on. And this will also allow to organize all the issues in one place, because at the moment issues in GitHub are some forgotten place where I don't really look too often. That's a big issue, and I hope this also will soon change, because we will be building the public boards or some other way to track your issues. Unsure if the GitHub has the best tracking of the issues possible, so possibly some third-party solutions will come into play, but let's wait and see. I'm still consulting with my amazing friends colleagues who will make this stuff happen. Yeah, I feel like that's everything I wanted to tell you. Sure. Oh yeah, last thing. We are currently testing ScandiPWA in very large and demanding environments. So expect multiple issues to be fixed related to a real project, because, well, it's two different things to build a normal tool and to test it on a large scale projects with a high demand. Finally, multiple solutions which were developed specifically for those projects will find their way into the core, and all upcoming projects will already contain those fixes. It was an important step to do, while unfortunately before we obtained another maintainer, it was very hard to achieve. So now that's certainly it. Thank you everyone for watching, and yeah, let me know if you have some questions. And if you want me to answer as soon as possible, well, ping me in community Slack. I check it at least twice a day. So you will get your answer in a matter of a day. Or quicker if the community will have the solution for you. That's it for me, and see you next Friday. Cheers.